what's up. So yeah, I'm so happy to see that most likely the bottleneck wasn't the network, but computer. Computer I can solve, but if it needs more than 100 megs, this thing, then that's not good. So I don't have Google Chrome on. I have Firefox only one tab on for Play 5. The banner is made with snipping tool on top of PowerPoint presentation. I'm PowerPoint generation. Come on. And then in a second I'll close those two. So shouldn't it at the moment we are dropping 0 frames, which is pretty superb. Yeah. Says 7 viewers already at the moment.
We have 1 more minute, I guess.
1 more minute. I don't know how exact we need to be, but this is good spot when everything is set up. It looks good, and we got a good few hours ahead of us. Interesting topics at least. So I'm looking forward to this episode. All right. So naive at then.
Yeah,
so naive. I didn't know what was ahead of us at that point. Yesterday was some good games. Did you drop by to see?
Yeah, I did. I saw both games against Scotty.
Yeah. I like it. I'm not a good player at the moment. I've never been a good player, but I still enjoyed it. And I hope Kuno agrees to play some games with me later on. Play 5. So let's see.
So did you think about how you're gonna do it? So it's like, are you going to do some podcast every Friday and play some games some other days? Or
Yes, exactly like that. So you have to start with something, right? And I kind of initially I had many ideas on what this thing might actually be. What is it? I had many ideas. So, but you have to start with something and then build on it, and then modify it, and then develop it, and then get feedback, and then build on it, then improve, and then introduce some other things there, right? So it's tough to start 15 things at once. But if you start with something, by the way, welcome everybody. The recording is on already a couple minutes, so we got a smooth start today's episode. Do the introduction in a second, but I think as I was saying about the Click of Stones thing, this is the 3rd episode on the sessions, and as I was thinking, what kind of things can I do? What kind of things can we do for our games, Gomoku and Renju? I thought, okay, we can do like featuring player podcasts, and that way we can lift the good players, good teachers, good organizers, show the world what kind of people we got with the community. So that was like very first moments, like I was thinking, okay, we need to do that for sure. But then online gaming, offline gaming, live gaming, some kind of like analysis, maybe just playing and commenting, which we tried yesterday, and that was super fun. So that could be 1 day, 2 days. I'm ready to play if I get similar level of players to play with me. I'm happy to play, most days, for an hour or 2 hours, couple games if people want to come and see that kind of content. But maybe these sessions and player introductions, so to speak, and long form podcast could be Friday, and then we'll see. Maybe some book reviews and some live events. Those would be super fun. We'll see. But
Both live events and online events as well, I think.
yeah. Yesterday on Play 5, there was this EuroLeague going on, so I saw some nice games there, and I was instantly thinking, okay, what could we do some basically just talk about what I see, even without anybody else necessarily there. So we'll see. But anyways, welcome, Mr. Topkin, Georg-Romet, my good friend from Estonia. Welcome to the podcast.
Hello everyone. I'm Mr. Topkin.
Hello, and welcome all the viewers as well. If you just join us, say hello to the chat. If you have any questions over the next couple of hours, feel free to ping them there, and I will address them right away. And for today's, we have many topics that we prepared. We will dip into who Topkin is as a player, where he comes from, how he's played, how he's gotten this good as he's gotten so far, what he's actually accomplished, maybe a little bit on the personal life as well, who he is as a youngster. Looking forward to hearing some stories if you like to share, and then some game analysis. You prepared a few games to show us on Play 5, and looking to hear.
The game has developed, and I'm not sure if my games are still the best moves, but they are definitely beautiful, I think. Nice games, and I can share my ideas on these games.
Splendid. So somebody is saying Jussi is hearing well, Topkin hardly at all. So
right.
Maybe we'll try to adjust that right away. Are you using, which microphone are you using?
I'm using phone microphone.
So this was the first, basically first indication that, oh no, perhaps today's streaming wasn't actually going as smoothly as I hoped. Yeah. I was convinced that I can hear you well here. I can cut this part away post-production, no problem.
Matters more what the audience hears.
So yeah, I guess phone microphone is not the ideal thing for podcast, but I guess we'll have to make do. Yeah.
I guess on the ideal podcast we wouldn't be in different rooms as well.
What do you mean?
I mean that maybe we will be in the same room.
Yeah. It's so much easier to have a chat if you're facing somebody and it's right away there. Yeah. And I'm hoping once we get rid of the corona second year of corona, I'm sure we can do face-to-face interviews as well, and hang out, have a couple of beers, and then the conversation will be so much easier.
So something controlling towards the center. Like this.
Apologies, Topkin, for narrating over your game analysis here, but look at this guilty guy. Yeah, look at me figuring out I just messed up a big time. Just about now realizing that, okay, I messed up. Well, that's a kindly way to put it. I messed up big time, and now right about now I'm figuring out there's no way. I'm accepting it. There's no way I can get away with this without everybody knowing that I messed up. You're gonna ask me a question. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Some of my imaginary lines.
Yeah, it's not beautiful.
So here I can do an overlay, actually. With this. And it's always nice to see an overlay, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. It's nice. So I have a confession to make to you and everybody else online.
Yeah.
After our initial shenanigans getting the stream up and my computer crashing, right away when we open the stream, I click start broadcasting and start recording. And after a good hour and 20 minutes, I just happened to look at where the button is, start recording. It wasn't pushed 5 minutes ago. So yeah, we kind of lost an hour of content there. Don't kill me, please.
I think it's fine.
Your story, your background, everything, that's all gone, I think, for the most part. Well, there are quite a few people on Twitch who heard it. I don't know how much more you can say to that, but like I have all evening today. We can look at games and analyzing, but if you want to decide not to talk to me ever again, I'm fine with that as well.
Yeah, I think I will talk to you once or twice again. I'm not sure. We will see.
Yeah. No, it's big growing pains. I don't know. I need to own up to my mistakes as well. If a computer crashes and you've taken measures of taking out all the unnecessary stuff that you can, I don't know what more to do preparation wise. Of course, I can go to a computer store and buy a new desktop and set it up just for streaming, which I might do. But I was hoping that everything goes smoothly today, and it has not.
Yeah, like I said, it matters in the end how we improve the stream thing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if mistakes happen back now, it's not so terrible. It would be a bit embarrassing if it happened after 2 years of doing this, maybe, but
Yeah.
it's just a third time, so
Yeah.
it's understandable. I hope.
I'd like to listen to the listen to if you have more games. I'd like to view them, and I think this format of analyzing old games and maybe presenting even some puzzles, gamifying it in a sense, with streams and YouTube. I think there is something there that maybe people would find interesting as a content.
Yeah.
Like even even
pause it. You can try to solve it. Whatever.
yeah, even puzzles are fine and they're fun and you can do them alone. But if you can, like, maybe use that as a content somehow, and I think this works with Play 5 and the teaching mode. It works pretty well. But if there was such a tool like online Renju classroom or Renlib would be fine. The old classroom of online Renju class was superb because two people could play together and it's super easy to take the moves back. I think here, did you have to use the undo
Yeah, I did.
function? So it's not like Renlib where you just click and it takes a stone back.
Yeah. And unfortunately, only I can make the moves on the board as well. So
That's it. So maybe somebody, whoever is developing Play 5, maybe if they could incorporate on the teaching mode so that the assigned student could make moves as well and maybe ease up
Ask
the.
questions, maybe, or whatever. Maybe if I was streams or something, then I would like to ask him something and put the position on the board myself or something, or whatever.
Yeah. Would be good. So you have some other games prepared for us?
So I'm thinking I will show you. First, I would like to show you one of my proudest tournaments was Tallinn Open 2018, where I got first place in a tournament where there were many European elite players such as Sushkov, Aivo, Fedotov, Stefan playing. So at first, in the first round, I got very lucky against Kuna. I had an easy loss against him. And in the second round, I also didn't play very well against Maxim Petreveli. But in the third round, I played against Aivo. I can show that game, but it wasn't that good. I got lucky. I remember something wrong, so it wasn't that interesting. So I think I will show the third round instead against Sushkov. Fourth round instead against Sushkov, who was the world champion at that time. So we played this, which is quite a common opening.
For the record, we have this Click of Stones channel and podcasting doesn't have anything against Mr. Sushkov. So it's
Mr. Sushkov, yes.
yes, Samuli presented.
Yeah,
Samuli presented his.
We only show how we beat Sushkov. We have to do it every stream.
We're not picking on Sushkov, and he's one of the best players in the world of Renju and a good friend.
Yes.
So
Legendary player.
yes.
So I was black in this position.
Okay.
This is the usual. These are the usual moves. I think I remember correctly. But I think this is no longer the game that is usually played in this position. So
Seems reasonable enough. How about if you just instead of that play K8
instead of what?
instead of that? Is
That's
it a
why
loss? Is it a loss if you play the K8 instead?
You mean over here or
No,
in
before that. Before the black, yeah, that. I'm just thinking that white goes where white goes. K9 and then black K8. No.
Yeah, like this.
Yeah. Yeah. White goes K9.
Yeah. And now K8.
And then K8. I'm just thinking, is it a loss already?
No, I don't think so. I think this position is so solid for both sides that it's not easy to
Yeah.
lose. So yeah, but yeah, I played this in Sushkov okay. So what makes me so proud of this game is that this position was so solid for both sides, both black and white, and they still managed to outplay one of the best players ever. So I played this 17. And they got quite a strong attack here. I'm not I didn't analyze this game properly yet, so I'm not sure which move was his mistake. Maybe Ivar can say in the chat. This is Ivar said this is blue and white green now. Apparently. I did not know this. So I'm guessing maybe the move 14 was the mistake.
I was saying you played against Timo.
Oh, not sure. So which move was the mistake? Can you say in the chat, Ivar? So I'll go back for a second just to show you which move of Sushkov you should not copy. So was it 14 or before that?
All right, he's gonna get the game form from
Yep.
Renju
So in the
offline.
meantime, I can show you my until then. Still played this move. It cuts off my top side attack nicely, but unfortunately for him, I had enough on the left side. This. So I'm sure there was no defense already over here. Pick like this. So this is an active move while also blocking my this three to block his VCR without losing tempo. And now this move is in. So you would think that it's 4-3 here and also 4 and 4-3, but doesn't quite work yet because of this line and this and then this. Now this is cut off, so after these two there will seem to be blocking it.
Yes. Cheeky.
So the win here is actually with this line. So now there is win on both sides. Doesn't matter where white blocks. If white uses now he cannot use this one.
No.
But if white blocks here, then there is this win. So after this play he resign, and after this, let's play this three. Doesn't matter where the block right after this. So this is how I did the Renju action. Okay, I didn't see that. I was sent me. Alright, now I can show it. I think there's no point in me showing the whole win, but I can show which move by Sushkov was wrong. So Sushkov played this 8, but this is already not the best move. I can simply play this. And apparently this is win now. Because of this. So if anyone is interested, they can check Ivo's link, but I don't think there is point in me showing the whole game between Kurosan and Sukovsky.
Yeah, I'm gonna copy that link, so I have it on saved now. So I'll copy that for the eventual YouTube episode.
Yeah, for the eventual game against somebody, and hope he doesn't check the link. Maybe. So, time to show you some Gomoku as well, because I promised. This was a Youth World Cup between me and Sultan. I opened it. I started with this opening, and he played this swap too.
Oh man.
So this was his preparation, and I saw it for the first time.
Yeah.
It's only 30 minutes per game in this tournament. So I have to go with my intuition, which told me the big black.
How do you approach something like that?
This is just brute force calculating.
Yeah.
For me, at least, I can. My intuition and some calculations suggest that white will attack, but when I don't know the position, then I would prefer to defend, because if I miss the best attacking moves, then I'm already maybe in a bad position, but when defending, all I have to do is make sure he doesn't win. So I pick black like this. And this 7th move is the only surviving move. Everything else loses. For example, if black tries to be more active, it's something like this. But this, whatever. And if white gets this h4 square, then it's already winning for white, I think. And if black plays passively, then white has all the space in the world on the left side. So this is the only move which is threatening something, but is also passive. Passive enough that white cannot just take the center and win. So Sultan played this and this. And I played this too.
Yeah.
And here it doesn't. It seems already the position has gone down a bit, but there's still too many things for a 30-minute game, in my opinion, at least when nobody's prepared for this position. Because apparently Sultan only knew the 4th and 5th move and some ideas, but not too much either. So neither of us knew the position. especially me. So shall we break this? I think I could play something like this here, but it looks so scary to play something that doesn't block him. So I played this instead.
I agree.
In the long run, it's not the best move. But by this time, I had spent most of my time control already. So he played this. Even break the initiative and keep pressuring me. So I just blocked. And he played this. So right now it would look like white will get a strong attack and has lots of space, so I need to bring something more on the upper side of the board. So I used, oh sorry, at one point Salt and played the board down here as well. Let's just play it here. So I use this VCF threat on H2. And since at the moment white has no lines, I could just develop and try to bring more stuff into the game like that.
Yeah.
So after I played these moves, I didn't see any good way to bring anything else to help on the upper side. So I just played this G9.
Seems reasonable.
Yes. So I think I played really well until this point. And I think the game would be, if I had more time, that just black tries to defend and maybe this is a draw if black defends well. But I had like 1-2 minutes left, so I didn't pick the best defending moves, and Sultan is possibly the best player in time trouble in the world.
Yeah.
So he managed to.
No, missed.
Yeah, so. And now he had been on the upper side thanks to this diagonal.
Yeah.
Something like this. Not sure which was the exact move he played here. Maybe probably something like this. I can check it. Just a second.
No, it doesn't matter. I trust you.
All right.
You have to take the center anyways, and then you can take G12, for example. There's way too much.
Yeah.
Way too much there afterwards.
Yeah. So yeah, I lost this game. I'm not unbeatable after all, but it was one of the games where I wasn't sad about my loss because it was a really good game. I think.
It's a good example on fighting spirit as well.
Yeah, it's a good example of the fact that I need to improve in order to compete with the best in the world.
For a Renju player, that opening looks super funky.
Yeah.
And to imagine somebody preparing those and trying to somehow store that information for years in your head. I have trouble remembering which 26 Renju openings, which are the fifth moves in RIF.
Yeah, but that position, this position is actually like somewhat compact. It is not too much to calculate.
It wasn't that.
Yeah, it doesn't.
No. Yeah, wasn't the L, was it M?
Yeah, it was here.
Yeah, symmetrical.
But there are much worse.
Show me some funky Gomoku that you remember opening wise.
Yeah, I can do that. So some opening like this, for example. And after the swap tool, it's like this. And for me, this is just root cause calculating. There's nothing more. My intuition cannot handle this.
Mm.
So in these games, there is no way I can beat someone who isn't too bad. Or maybe I can, but definitely not online.
So if I saw such opening, semi-center, looking like a long opening, but still not long pro Gomoku opening. Yeah, the likelihood that I will actually do two moves and try to balance it is super high, unless I think they might have seen this podcast and they try to bluff. I'm semi okay with poker, so I can see through your soul if you're trying to bluff me on an opening.
I have done it too much, bluffing.
Yes, you're into somewhat into poker and such games as well.
Definitely, I'm into competing and challenging myself. So yeah, I can talk about Renju and Gomoku, but for example, we had a weekend with Martin and Kuno where we just sat and played chess for a few days in a row.
Nice.
So it doesn't matter to us, I think, as long as we can challenge ourselves.
Yeah. I'm big in challenging now myself on a personal level. Now the last thing that I'm challenging myself is trying to get this stream technical thing working so that I don't embarrass myself for a fourth time in a row. So you've been a good sport, and some for some reason we still have quite a few people on Twitch for the stream. So thanks everybody for sticking around. And hopefully guys are enjoying this as much as I am. Pretty good stories and nice games from Topkin. And if you haven't already, click on the follow button on Twitch if you're a new viewer. And once this is out on YouTube, click subscribe there as well.
You need to have a subscribe button on Twitch as well.
I will get it once I get 50 followers. So these things on both YouTube and Twitch, they have these quirky rules. So once you hit certain level, then you get more perks. So once I have 50 followers on Twitch, I'll get the subscribe button. Once I get eventually get 100 subscribers on YouTube, I will get the URL, the domain for Click of Stones. So I really hope you guys click the subscribe button. That will motivate this channel to do more cool stuff. You want to use a couple of minutes talking about the cool stuff we talked before, just that they're recorded on YouTube as well, or we go to next game?
Just thinking what game I can show you.
Well, how about this? You think for a couple of minutes which games you want to show, and I blabble here.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah, let's do that. So basically, as stated a few times before, I messed up. That is the correct word. I wanted to swear a little bit there, but I messed up. Again, my laptop crashed, and then I apparently forgot to hit the recording button, so we lost about hour and a half of good content. But we had some cool stories from Topkin's past as a player, and we talked a little bit about the Renju and Gomoku, how they differ each other, and some opening rule discussions, and yeah, some great stories. I hope I can still get some of that discussion on. I also mentioned my ambitions towards this Click of Stone streaming and podcasting thing. We discussed that this Friday evening is probably gonna be featuring guests, predominant Renju and Gomoku players, teachers, organizers, otherwise superstars. If that is, people want still to join as a guest after having two of very, very bad technical issues on consecutive episodes 2 and 3. My promise is I'll do my best to figure these things out, but if a laptop crashes, then I can't really do too much. But apologize. Anyways, on top of these featuring guests things that I call sessions now, I'm thinking of gaming. So what we did yesterday was we played a couple games on Play5, play5.net. Played a couple of practice games with my good friend Kari Haikonen from Helsinki. And they were fun. I hope he didn't listen in the Twitch stream. That was at least our agreement. So I would stream the game and he would play. And I would think out loud on my moves on the board. And there were some people there. It was kind of fun to think out loud what I think of particular moves and what I think of the game as it went through. So that is one thing I'm entertaining now idea of doing that once or twice a week. I don't know which day it will land, if it's a regular thing or not. But I wanna explore if that's a fun thing to do as a content creator. And then teaching or analyzing. So, for example, today's session with Mr. Topkin, we have seen some funky games, and his favorite games, both wins and losses, both Renju and Gomoku. And I could do this all day, every day, basically. I would like to see the analysis, because I feel like personally I missed out on those analyses, those preparations for tournaments, and we tap into the idea of Helsinki being so close to Tallinn. It's 85 kilometers, but it's a ferry ride away, so still a little bit tough for me to join the Tallinn analyzing or training sessions live. And then if I have an opportunity to get these training sessions and stream them on Twitch, and then maybe broadcast and save a copy, edit a copy for for YouTube, I'd like to do that because that's basically getting free training from the best players in the world if they agree on training. So gaming sessions, educating, and then maybe fourth thread that I'm now thinking is live tournaments or online tournaments, and just basically reviewing stuff that is happening. Some other players are playing, and just creating content on commenting what I think. So I could have a Renlip out in the open. I could just comment what I think is happening with bunch of games. I don't think it's so interesting if there is only one game and that might last, if it's a championship game that might last for hours and hours. So staring at a board, one single board for hours is not super exciting. But if you have like a Euro League on Play 5, you have 4 games, 4 boards, and they're semi quick, then that might be a nice content. And I think fifth idea now for content for Renju and Gomoku might be book reviews. And future guest for the sessions, Mr. Epifanov, Dmitry Epifanov, has written a Russian book for teaching Renju, and he asked me to make a book review, or actually not even that. Before that, a proofreading for the English version, and I told him it's very tough for me to make a proofreading because I'm not a native English speaker, and it's like I'm not proficient reader of books anyways. And I said, okay, what about hey Ivo, all right, catch you later. What if I read his book at the same time, stream it out loud, and it would be like self-help book, self-teaching book, self-education book for basics of Renju and history of Renju. I already read a little bit about it, and it's interesting stuff, but I could do as a proofreading in a sense that I could analyze it out loud, think what the content is, how I would structure it in English if it was me authoring that book. So could be some interesting content for some people who want to maybe look into the basics of the game. Aye. Sorry for taking 5 minutes of your time.
That's okay. Would you like to play right now? If you analyze after the game.
Against you?
Yeah.
We could do that. Yeah. Could you give me 2 minutes?
Sure.
All right. Let's keep a 2-minute break and be right back.
All right.
All right, I'm back, and it seems we haven't lost people on Twitch either. So let's see when Topkin tunes back in. Yeah, playing against 6-dan, I think 7-dan player when you're only 1 or 2 maximum at the moment. Against with all the people on Twitch, it's terrifying to me, knowing that if I keep this up and this podcast gets popular on YouTube, millions or billions of people will see me playing. Yeah, tough luck, but hey, If a guest asks me to do something, I have to do it right. I think that's podcasting 101. So let's hope he does return eventually, and let's hope I don't make a total fool of myself. Well, I kind of have today, but I hope I keep some credibility as a player. Yesterday I did redeem. I have one win against Kari, and the other one was a loss that I had. Apparently had a win there, but a bit of a time trouble. So yeah, playing against Topkin. Oh man. And even streaming at the same time when he can see me and my reaction. It's like playing live. Let's see. We're probably playing Taraguchi after all the rule discussion earlier on. How do I approach it? Do I let him do the third move or not? Yeah, I think I might. And then wait. Yeah. Yeah, okay. I got some idea. And he's
Hello.
back. Hey. This is first, playing against somebody on a stream when they can see you at the same time. They're making the moves, their reaction.
Now you will have to think.
My goal is to get 31 moves on the board. I try to let you make that move, the third move, but no.
Laughing. No, you made it.
I made it, yeah. I clicked it wrong. It's alright. I like this opening. I have something.
I don't know if you're laughing or not, but I just let you.
Yeah, of course you did. I'm bluffing. Alright. Was this Taraguchi 8 or Taraguchi just 5?
No, I don't think it's 5. It's probably 10.
10?
I'm not sure. I can try the book.
Alright, let's try this.
Yeah, it's 10. I have the option of putting
Is it 10?
Yeah, it's 10. So
Nice.
I will let you put the fifth move. So. You have all the control to just opening. Wow. I did not the first one. You broke the table again.
Oh. I did it again. Okay. So apparently I can't. If I bring something to OBS, in front of OBS will find it. That's funky. I didn't know that it worked like that. So, I don't know. That's nice. So, did you do a move?
Oh, I wanted to make you play the fifth move, but apparently I have to make it myself.
So it happened as happened for me the third one. I made a mistake. Now you made the same one. And I can't believe we didn't lose any viewers of all these shenanigans. Still have all the viewers. in the world
I think Aiva did disconnect, but
on Twitch?
no.
Hello there on the chat. Nice to meet you too. And welcome to Click of Stones Twitch stream. I can't make up the nickname, but I'm sure it's one of our friends from Korea again.
Yeah, I don't know. But this time,
I might end up learning some of Korean basics if I go there for a few months, as there is an option for me to go there as an exchange student.
so let's try this one.
Fancy. I like it.
Um,
I would have probably done something similar. So the thing is, if you're all silent for 30 minutes or 40 minutes, I don't think it's so entertaining or so interesting. Maybe some people
yeah,
likes it. So I think like when I'm streaming the games against somebody, I don't want them to listen what I'm thinking, so I can think out loud. I don't know if there is any value that you could pick from my thought patterns, even if I told them out in the open.
yeah, you can think out and build that.
Yeah, I think so. Like if we played face to face, of course, I wouldn't analyze out in the open.
And
But
if you want to trap me, then you can.
this is I can't play on that many levels, man. But in a way that if this is streaming and we are just looking into different kinds of content, what is interest, what is something that we want to produce, what kind of content is nice to create, and what is interesting. So I think if we play 20 minutes game, 40 minutes of total silence, I'm sure somebody would watch it. But I think it's more educational if I think of something. So what I'm looking at it in this case, basically this move, and that move is what I'm now thinking. And this is too far away. You might go up here. This is kind of nice. You probably take that, I take that. I don't know. I want to play white. I don't want to give you black right away. I don't want to give you white. So I want to take white. Thanks for pointing out that people don't know what I'm saying. I find it generally in life the true, so people don't know what I'm saying, and that's fine because then they can start guessing what I'm saying, and they get confused. Then I get confused, and then more streamers will come, more followers will come, subscribers on the YouTube channel. Thank you. Yes. So I bluffed you. I said you want to go there. I was always looking at this point. And I wanted you to take that. And now I wanted to take this, but instead, what if I take that? That is not a band reference. Yep. I'm taking that. There you go. Now you're all inside there. Can't do anything. I've got the control already. I lost 8 minutes of the game. It doesn't matter. This is good.
So far, so good. What can I say?
Yeah.
So the opening I played is in a different opening. This I can show you later. I guess that's more easier. So I can tell you about my thoughts after the game.
Yeah. So you're trying to develop here, but also have some lines here. I don't have any stones here. So I need to figure out how to block the upper part, how to block the lower part, or how to make my own initiative. And the own initiative is, I normally think of the game now that if you do active move like this, that you want to develop here, you want to go up there, or you want to go down here. Normally, I neglect the fact that, hey, I don't have to follow. I can also be active. So that's a limitation I have at the game at the moment, that too often I don't like I surrender that a better player wants to do something in the game. They want to do it here, they want to do it. I follow, I start blocking, and then I hope that they run out of space or run out of resources, and then I somehow win. But I have to learn to be a player who takes control as well, who can sometimes do ballsy moves. And this is a good spot because you say you want to go there, but you don't really have too many lines. You have one line, then you have one line, and then you have lots of space. I don't have any resources. I don't have any resources to support it. So I don't know why I would follow you. I could do something like this maybe. Or I could do something like this. And normally I wouldn't go inside the structure, but something like this could also work if it's good enough. It's out of the box thinking to go into the structure. So I'm now thinking this stone or this stone. If I go here, you take that. No. It wouldn't help you because it wouldn't be enough. I could develop. If I do this, you take this. And that wouldn't be bad. Alright. We committed. I made inside the structure move that I like. My intuition is always against playing inside the structure because generally speaking, if you play inside the structure, you lose much of the effectiveness because the game is as much of the lines and as it is the free space where you can develop. If you play inside the structure, you can't really use the space, but you can do the lines.
Yeah, for me, this move isn't really inside. This is because you make two lines and there is no good way to surround you.
Two and a half lines actually.
Whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe. It, it feels
So,
to me that very often
so
when I play, I I play very boring game. Like intuitively, it's boring. So I kind of have to challenge myself on trying to do best moves and best patterns and look at the big picture instead of.
uh, so if you could tell me the coordinates of your next options, I could tell you about what I think of them.
So as a black,
No,
uh,
as a white instead of this move. But
like I was thinking G10 instead of this, and kind
yeah,
of forcing you to make the three.
okay. And also anything else?
No, those were the two moves that I was thinking.
I think these are all solid moves. Definitely not losing. I don't think, at least in
But my initial thought
that.
was to be super passive and try
Yeah,
to,
but
like, the first intuition I had was you're going there, I need to go there, I need to block you. That was like I wasn't active.
yeah, for example, I saw that you showed some move like F10, and that would be too passive. If I can
Yeah.
just do whatever I want, then I would
Yes.
not have to play.
Yes.
But,
Yes.
but now I need to be a bit more careful.
And particularly in the short games, like when you have to play more of your intuition than your rational thought, then the intuition is wrong and it's weak. I mean, like it's not. I can't play with only with intuition, like 2, 3, or 4 dan players against a good opponents. I thought you might go there, and then do I go and attack? If I play here, can you continue? If I play here, you can probably take this stone. Is it enough? Boom, 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 boom. I think it's pretty good, even if you take that. I take this, you take that. So if I take this, or even if I take this, so 8 minutes. I'm now thinking this or this. I cannot, like, if I go there, I would so much like to go there, but you just take this, and then you take this, and it's game over. I have to be active. So if I take this, then you can't continue your attack. But maybe if if by doing this, I want to play here, and you can take this, and you can take that, and then you can take this. But I have a cut. All right, all right, all right. Let's see. 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 Well, our Korean friends are agreeing with me. Let's hope.
This is definitely a strong move. I did not expect you to make this one.
I take that as a big compliment, man.
Yeah.
And as we discussed a little bit about coffee and caffeine today, I have had my fair share going into this.
After this move.
Yeah. So my question is, if I play this and you play this, do I have something here? I think so. So you have to play. I play this, you play that. And I move down. I move down, you have to take up because otherwise I'm too strong. I think if I play I can't see it. 6 minutes, so I have to kind of start planning on something. You can if I did irrelevant move, then you could take this, and then you can get here, and that's already too bad. If you take this, and then you have to go here, and I could take that. But what is a good, strong, irrelevant move? If I play here, you just play here. I don't need this stone here. But with this stone, I could get here. It's still the problem upstairs. 4 minutes, less than 5. I don't know, maybe I played that too quickly. Maybe I played that too quickly. I played that because I really like the lines. It's got one line of two here. These two connections, but they can't alone. They can't do anything.
This might actually be way to win. I'm thinking. Not easy.
But live game, I have 4 minutes and 20 seconds.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's win anyway. My first two dots were definitely losing. So because my first two dots were maybe too aggressive, but
Thank you. I'm blushing already. It's a good comment on the Twitch chat. Looking at these lines, just going direct, but this is not something I need to do unless I want to develop somewhere here. I think if I took this, you wouldn't be so scared of that, so you'd just be here. And what I'm afraid of, you get here and then you get here because of that. Now you can't use that line anymore, so it's not that super dangerous. I still take it. I still take it for reasons unknown. Secret reasons. I take it for secret reasons. And I'll let you go. I get a cut there. I think. Yeah. Boom, boom, boom. Maybe not. I was thinking here. I think it's maybe too strong now. Yeah. Big time trouble. Minute and a half left. Doesn't look good. Long game possibly, but It's already black has initiative. Black has a win here. Black has a win and so much space. I should have played here. I don't know if was enough.
Sorry about that. I just got the call.
All right. Yeah. So I was afraid that I make a passive move here. You just make an active move and win. If I don't have anything, then that's how the game ends. I think if I start blocking you, you just win. So unless I have something in store. Can't use anyways. Yeah. No. 10 seconds left. That's it for me. Nice games. I don't know.
Tried
What?
something like E10 maybe.
Hmm?
You could have tried something like E10 maybe over here. Not, at least I hadn't counted it out yet, so I wasn't sure. Anyway.
No, but I had 13 seconds left.
Yeah, I know.
But like, I don't know.
I can always wonder.
If I played more active, good game. If I play more active than the L9.
We can just a second.
I don't know if there was anything enough. I was thinking if I play more active stone, then black can just win here.
So I made an analysis spot as well. You can go there and I can tell you my thoughts. If you can see it.
What's that?
You know, the same thing we used before, teaching part or whatever.
A teaching mode.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that.
So I made a different for teaching.
Ah, okay. Ah, I get it. So let me close this and then.
So my initial idea was that this is a known position and a playable position. So bit move I played was basically a shifted version of this opening. But after these moves, usually black plays this. But in our game, it was shifted, so there is less room on that side. So that's why I played this move instead.
Okay.
So I can go back and shift it now. So these are perfectly good moves. Here maybe, I'm not sure if maybe this is also good. And also this. Probably because the move you played while it might be very good, it makes the game very sharp. So if there is no white win down here, then it's probably good for black. Because once white plays a passive move, then black can do whatever he wants. But I think you made basically the best attacking moves because, yeah, especially this 12th move, I did not expect this, but this makes so much sense. I guess same past as well. Oh, sorry. So, not sure what you should do here. Maybe you can play this far away, but and then this. So if I try to attack, then it will depend on whether I have a VCF on the upper side or not.
Yeah, it doesn't look like VCF. Not enough.
Yeah.
Not enough resources.
In that case, I think if you play the 4, then it might be white win. Not sure. Because there are so many things. For example, with some logical block, there is simply this.
Yeah.
And with this one,
Yeah.
with this one, maybe
Swing, yeah.
Maybe this.
Maybe not. No, you can use the upper one, no?
Sorry? Oh.
No, if...
It's for 3, I mean.
Ah, okay.
So, yeah. So if you play the 4, I'm not sure if I can defend. Maybe this. But yeah, I'm not sure what to do after we didn't play the 4. Sorry. We have a spectator on the game who is suggesting something. 5, 3, 5. Okay. Oh yeah, the 3 maybe perhaps. So like something like this maybe. Yeah, it should work. So maybe white needs to play this one as well. Like this. Probably this is the only way to defend. And maybe black can.
And then J3?
Yes, maybe. No, I don't think there is anything here. So if there is nothing, then white can maybe play something like this and just go pick in the defend on the upper side. Or maybe even there is something better in. No, I'm not sure. Probably this. So in that case, at least I cannot find an easy win here as white. So probably this move is too sharp. So probably something like this would be better.
Yeah.
Or this even.
Nice.
But you have to make some kind of line, otherwise it's too easy for black. Alright, so I think that pretty much wraps it up, so we can play one more game if you want.
You want to play or maybe show one or two of your games? Whichever, or just talk nonsense.
Yeah, doesn't matter. I can show you some game. I think. I will show you my game against Laube. It's a Gomoku game. So you can come back to the analysis, but yeah, you already did. Nice. It was late 2019 in Tallinn. Gomoku beat tournament. I opened, so I played this opening, and he put two moves to complicate it a bit, maybe because maybe I know the corner opening too well, so to make it more equal, he tried to put some bottom pick move. And they choose white. I played this. And I played this. He played here. He played this 3 away. Here. So it's a very solid game, but I found it really difficult to find these moves at the time because I'm sure there were some lines where I played the only moves are the best moves, where otherwise I wouldn't have a terrible position. I don't think there was anything too pretty in this game, but it just showed that two players are fighting and playing really good Gomoku, in my opinion, at least. Maybe Zoltan, if he's watching, let's say something about our moves and whatever. So I played this move in the hopes that I can bring more activity to the outside. So by now it's equal. I think the opening sequence ended over here. So after this, it's somewhat of an equal game. But until then, until this moment, I think it was probably pretty sharp. I don't unfortunately remember all the IDs, so I cannot tell you why each move was played by undo. But this move is pretty obvious because yeah, too much for black on the lower side of the board, so I need to play something passive. And I didn't play it here because black has the activity now. He can just do whatever he wants. So with this, I took some time from him, basically. But I felt really good in this position, so I started to develop some lines for a future attack. I did really well in this position, I think, because after a few moves, I didn't feel so good anymore. This is the fine, both sides. So yeah, kept on playing. Same for black over here, that he cannot really attack even though he has some lines over here like this because I have, for example, I can play this online or whatever. So he actually played this move, and I played this far anyway. Also this one. No, this one. No, sorry. Yeah. Yeah, this one first. Because at the moment I I could attack on the lower side of the board, but he blocked here, so I can no longer do that. Now I can. Now I have to spend some of my resources to block like this. And, this game is basically a nice example of the corner openings in Gomoku, where both players just fight for space and initiative. Unlike one thing that is different in Gomoku and Renju is that keeping initiative is more vital in Gomoku. In Renju, you can just block and eventually your opponent runs out of resources and then you can attack. In Gomoku, it's about playing the board and keeping the initiative. At least that's what I feel when I talk with Gomoku world champion Martin Musica, who always tries to take initiative no matter what.
Yeah, for Renju players, the corner openings, they're so weird. Like if you used to play only from center and then you have to corner opening and then slowly you have to build and attack for the space. At least I found it really difficult.
Yeah, so at this point, it's already a bit drawish position, I think. But it's a bit different from the usual positions because there are still so many lines. I take this move, and both black and white have too many lines. You still have to count everything basically. For example, I couldn't block it with my own stuff over here. I have to block up. So eventually we agreed to draw after some moves here. Because it was actually a really exhausting game. I couldn't talk too much, unfortunately, on the stream at the moment because first I don't remember all the ideas, and also even if I did remember something, then it's much quicker to show than talk.
Yeah. No, you're doing a good job. I'm finding this insightful and entertaining as well. And like I think if you're willing to show on a later date, you know, some of your games, or maybe even, you know, do some kind of a lesson. Maybe it doesn't have to be teaching me, but teaching others, and using this as a platform, as a stream. You know, we can come up with something. I think this is interesting, and I think your way to analyze it is already really good. And I'm sure if this is the first time you're trying this over a stream, then it's gonna be really good content. And
Yeah,
I
I
think
mean,
like you
if
don't.
anyone has any questions in the stream, then they can ask and I can show something.
Yeah.
You can send a link of a game or whatever, or ask me about the range opening, whatever. I can try to explain.
Yeah. Did you
Some
find some other games? What's your thoughts today we are about 3 hours into the session, of which, for my mistake, we lost an hour at least for the YouTube clip.
Yeah, I can throw something more.
We are keeping the follower numbers steady so people haven't ran away, and got some good comments. Thanks for those on the streams chat.
I can show you something which isn't really playable at this level, at high level anymore. And it's too complicated to play on average level. So, but it just looks beautiful. So what I'm showing you is
This Renju or Gomoku? Renju.
it's Ranger as.
Yeah.
So it's this opening.
Yep.
Usually this is played and then it's a drawish position, but I enjoyed playing this for a while because it just allowed some different kind of attacks and it made the opening interesting for me. So white has the initiative in this opening.
Yeah.
This move K6 isn't played anymore, I think. But yeah, these are the only moves for black defending, so it's really not a good idea to go for this. Someone is tracking for me, so my phone is doing some weird stuff. Anyway, so white has the initiative. He can continue attacking with moves like this or whatever. This is also very common, but this seems really logical. You make 3 lines as white.
Yeah.
And you can continue to keep attacking. It looks really strong, but actually this is losing. Black can play this now.
Okay.
So this is quite incredible. So like white tries to. So white's idea would be like something like this.
Yeah.
Black can block here.
Okay.
So the 3.
Yeah.
And white cannot block here because there is this set. But and if white tries some other way to play it, then this is also easier for black. If there is no winning down for white. For example, this one, black can also play this. So it's quite amazing that after this move controls everything that white has and is winning. But it's not an actual opening anymore. Maybe it was 4 years ago or so. 3 and 4 years ago. I had a few games. I actually had the game against Sushkov over here as well. And also Taureburg, for example. So yeah, unfortunately, the positions I'm showing are no longer playable. Mostly, like I will say, one of our games which we reviewed is now white wing, can't kind of be played anymore. So they might be interesting, but not playable.
Yeah. I think more than attempting to do perfect theory or perfect analysis in these streams,
Yeah.
I don't think that's very interesting to most people. I think the approach on what kind of concepts are there, how do you approach when you play somebody, like what kind of tools can you use, what kind of strategies you can use. So we all know that the theory evolves, and you come up with some fantastic looking positions and that you can use to illustrate how you approach the game, but not necessarily all the moves are available anymore in 5 years or even in 2 years, because theory itself gets better, and even top players do make mistakes, and there are more optimal moves. So I think for this stream, I don't think anybody who are 7 Dan finds these game analysis any use. But maybe there are a ton of people who are in 1 Dan level or below, or even above, that could find them interesting, and could learn a little bit, could find them entertaining as well. So I have enjoyed these examples. Really, really nice. Thank you for preparing them. I'm hungry for more.
Hungry for more, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Epifano and Ivo will show much more interesting games. I'm only showing games which I remember, basically.
Yeah.
But they have studied this game a lot more than I have, so I'm sure they have much more interesting variants.
Busan Cop 5 high. Anybody we know? I don't know if he wants to reveal PDY 2000 high. Hello.
Yeah, but still getting new rules, even if I left.
It's good. If there's some players in the stream chat that we recognize as a name, identify yourself. The nicknames don't really tell too much, or don't. I'm not the boss of you, so people can behave how they wish. But I appreciate anybody on the viewing, whether that's on YouTube or Twitch, if they want to say something or subscribe. I do tremendously value that. On the topic of Ivo and Epifanov as next guests, they both indicated they want to be next guests. Hopefully next Friday we'll have Ivo, if he's not freaked out on my continuous mishaps on technical parts.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
And then Epifanov later on.
We can have a new session after you have everyone visit you.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, and we don't know where this format is taking us. I don't know. I don't have a script for the next few years. I just feel, my intuition is that streaming and podcasting and commenting on live games, learning together, especially these COVID times, when people can't be together. It's an interesting way, and also show what is Renju, what is Gomoku, and reveal the thoughts, and get a little bit of a sneak peek into the top players' minds. And also topics, what interest me is where do they see these games going as in a phenomena, because now we are in a place where in the world all the first person shooter games, or video games, esports, such things, they rule. And it wasn't like that 20 years, 30 years ago. So I think we are now, with mind sports, we are now in a slumps in a way. But I think there is a need And I think there is hunger for next generations also to have these mind sports and thoughtful games and strategy games. And these are beautiful, beautiful games in my opinion. And I just I want to see what ways do we have to popularize these games and and use
Never. Sorry.
and use modern techniques. Like streaming wasn't a thing, podcasts wasn't a thing 5 years ago or 10 years ago. So now it is a thing. I think we need to do this somehow. I don't know what format.
Yeah, I think in every generation, no matter what, some people will love to challenge themselves in this way and somehow find games like chess and Renju and Gomoku and whatever
Yeah.
mind sports. So on the board right now we have my game against Denis Fedotov 2017. At this point, I had gotten hurt by Fedotov many times. I was 0-4 and I had been in some of the games I lost. He was probably my biggest rival at the time. So this was Youth European Championship in Greece 2017, and the opening game from this position. These are all logical moves so far.
Yeah.
And I play this black. So I play this move. Play here. This. So I'm just trying to develop as many lines as I can, trying to create some sort of attack, find any weakness in his defense and use it. So I played this, he played here. I don't think these moves are too difficult to find there. Just pretty logical, and I'm not rushing into anything. I'm just waiting for him to make a mistake in developing my pieces. But I did not expect him to block here on e5. I think after this, it went good for me, downhill for him. So I could play this to control his lines and at the same time make some for myself. And then I try to connect my left side with my right side with this move. H13 is coming. And he cannot block here because now my right side is too strong, so he has to put something on the right side. He went here to try to control this diagonal while also stopping anything I would have on the right side. And now I played this. He cannot block this one up
Super, super interesting.
because now this will also come help, and something like this will be back wing.
Yeah.
So he had to block down. And like this. If I'm going too fast, I'm sorry about it.
No, that's good. I can't keep up 100%, but that's fine. I'm sure somebody there
Yeah, I guess you can watch the recording, whatever.
can. Yeah, recording is good because you can just stop it somehow, somewhere, if it's too fast.
This move will create some
Did
sort of
I?
counterplay and
Did I just say that out loud?
But
No.
I will stop for a second if anyone wants to find the winning move now.
I think I know where I would like to start.
Yeah, that would be fine.
I would like to start with G13.
G13?
I don't know if it's good. You have to block it. Yeah, you have to block there.
I do.
So now I would probably take the 4, so J12.
Yeah.
See if I run out of space, do I?
Probably. Oh no, maybe not.
No,
Yeah,
I think that's a VCF already.
VCF.
Yeah, no, that's no after that move.
This one, yeah.
But you can take L10, but it's
Yes.
still it's a VCF threat.
It is, but maybe white can defend here. Just. Oh.
So how about? Okay, let's see.
So I'm thinking white can actually play here now. Maybe.
Chad is giving L10 as a win. Samuli is saying easier to win less direct attack move than 3. Alright, I trust that.
Yes.
What about starting the attack on H14?
H14? Like,
Is
yeah,
there
that's what I played.
any counterplay then?
There's nothing. This is quite nice move.
Yeah.
Pomelo the one, that's Kuno, I think. So Kuno found the correct one.
Pomelo is Kuno.
Yes, I think so, probably.
Probably, alright. Alright, cool. Hey. So, Kuno, as long as you are there, would you take my challenge on playing some games on Play 5 sometimes? As I stream it, I analyze it. And hopefully you don't listen to what I'm analyzing whilst I'm streaming it. At some point, sure. Great. So let me know when I'm available. With each 3 you have one less option later, so must be sure when it's necessary. That is true. That is true. That is true.
Yeah, in that position. I'm not sure if Black had win after playing some 3, so yeah, indirect move was better.
I wonder if in Twitch you could actually make a note on who is who. Like just a note. Because as Samuli said in last week's episode, the 40-year-old brain is not what it used to be. So I will be asking Obuhov who was Obuhov, Pomelo who was Pomelo.
Pomelo is Kuno.
Yeah. Now I remember it. But imagine when we have eventually, I don't want to say any numbers. I already said in the previous cut when there was a mistake on my part and no recording, I said we will get millions of viewers or billions of viewers.
And you will remember everyone.
Yeah, so at that point I will have some trouble. But no, maybe yes. I'll see.
I can show one more game. Actually.
Please do.
Just a second. I look for the game quickly because I don't want to show it wrong. I'll show one more game between me and Fedotov. This game also has some context. Basically, we played this game in Karepa 2018, and week before we played this game, there was European Championship, and Fedotov got first place in that, and there we played exactly the same opening, but with different colors. So we went into the exact same game which we had already played 1 week before, but with different colors. So this extremely common opening, even on high level. Maybe not so anymore because maybe it's a bit too strong for black, for people who have analyzed it. So I played white. So these are all standard moves, and here I played this three. A lot of block down here, and this is actually white win. Black has to block here, and when the game continues with this, black blocks with another easier threat. So the game goes something like this is like the normal theory, and it's good for black. White tries to block with activity and then come somewhere here. The game continues. Anyway, but back.
Yeah, unless you know that it will take hours and hours to find those moves.
Yeah, definitely. So it's only very good for black team or people who have prepared this. So they don't block this way instead. Now it's really nice win for white. This three. This one. These fours as well need to be played. And now it's this move. So this is pretty incredible. So the moment while black cannot play something active, it's because of this reset. So black has to defend somehow. Fedotov played here. After this, played green. Spot. I played this 4. Just block. Knight 3.
Yeah.
So he cannot play the 4 because it's just 3 and 3.
Yeah.
So instead he blocked inside. Okay. I will just undo inside. So you cannot block from the middle because there is this 4 and 4 on L4. So I blocked over here instead. Because this will cut it. Because if I apply the same thing, he will get 4. moderate this instead, and he resigned here because I will make this kind of file instead. Yeah. So this is quite interesting game because it was full of power fouls. No way to stop them now. And I especially like this. Move.
Any more games? I'm hoping. Any more games? No?
No, not today.
All right. Yeah, I anticipated it when you said I've got one more game to show you. That might be it. So I have a few questions. Do you have time?
Yeah, sure.
So a few more questions in mind. We were talking. You pointed out that Epifanov and Ivo probably the next guests. Ivo hopefully next week and Epifanov. I'm not sure if because he's teaching on Friday evenings, so I think we might postpone 2 weeks episode to the weekend, maybe Saturday or Sunday or earlier day in the week for Dima's episode. But what would you ask them? Which direction would you take this? Like what to ask from that level, that caliber of experience? What do you think? Help me out.
I'm not sure because I'm not sure if they would share their analysis with the whole world.
I think maybe they would.
Yeah, maybe something. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me there is no danger because almost everything that I know is accessible through databases.
Like I'm not looking at super secret this year's newest theory that people are waiting for next World Championships. I don't need that information. I don't think. I think there will be other channels who are doing the top level thing. I'm not qualified on discussing the nicest intricacies of the game in that level. But like, what kind of? How about you guys on the chat? What would you ask Ivo or Epifanov? Like, what kind of things would you deep dive with them if given an opportunity?
For Epifanov, I think I would ask about his classes, his students,
Yeah.
and how does he teach them, and I would go on that direction on how he is as a teacher. And for Ivo, maybe ask about his correspondence for championship games.
Yeah.
He was recently crowned champion in
Yes.
correspondence games.
He won last year.
Yeah, he did.
So it doesn't get much stronger than that. And yeah. Let's hope I can somehow keep the stream together better than last week's and this week's thing. I take full responsibility on forgetting. I thought I clicked both start the episode, start the recording as soon as the computer crashed. But hey, 1 hour in, I look at that and I notice, oh, no way. And you had already done like 2 or 3 games and you poured your heart out about your background. So sincere apologies and sincere thank yous for being tonight's and this week's guest on the sessions and the podcast. And
yeah, of course, anytime.
If you have any other final words or new topics you would like to cover, I have all the time, and I think we're maximum amount of viewers still, so people are not getting bored.
Yeah, I don't know. I think we're wrapping it up slowly.
Yeah, yeah. So for me to summarize basically the first 20 minutes of introduction, maybe I can attempt to do it. So today we had a guest, Georg-Romet Topkin. I call him Mr. Topkin because it's shorter, and he's known as one of the most talented newcomers, new generation of Gomoku and Renju. Maybe I think of him as more of a Renju player than Gomoku player, but he's really really good on both games. He has won the Youth World Championships. Was that once or more times? Topkin.
Yeah, I was the youth world champion twice and European champion once as well.
Yeah, and he's played the game almost 10 years, and he's just like full of potential. We'll see where he ends up. I think one day he might even win the world championships. At least he'll play a tournament, which I doubt I will ever do, unless Finland hosts a world championships. That would be so cheeky. But anyways, I think Samuli will probably play the a tournament anyway. So
If Finland hosts it, then I think you have to take initiative.
yeah, I think like I have ambitions on developing the game and the communities, see where the limits are, and support the growth of the games. I had this planning and ideas of what to do and what kind of things could there be, and now I happen to have a bunch of free time, so we'll see where it goes, but I wouldn't discount hosting in Finland some nice events for the future, maybe even title events. But anyways, this summertime, I hope COVID situation in Northern Europe is better. Topkin, you're welcome to join the Visit Helsinki anytime, and I think we'll do one of these Super Siirto memorial events. Hopefully summertime. If not in Finland, then in Estonia. We've got some ideas. So
Saaremaa and whatever.
Saaremaa would be nice. So I don't know if I cut this from the YouTube. Yes, I did. So personally, I don't really have any limitations now in terms of time and resources. So if there are enough of people interested in this kind of content or developing Renju, I think we can go pretty full on and see, make some mistakes, and maybe do some good content, and make Renju more popular and make Gomoku even more popular, perhaps.
Maybe we can stream the next time we have Super Siirto.
Yeah. Streaming, and whenever the COVID goes away, eventually, I think the whole world will get vaccinated. So we'll get live tournaments, and it's gonna be some good ideas what we can do later on. From the chat regarding the next guest, so from the greatest minds, you don't want theories, you want some insight to their thoughts on the game and how they approach different situations. Very true. Maybe about their path to correspondence world championships elite. What has it demanded? What had it demanded from them? Yes.
Right. Thanks for having me, and thanks everyone for coming to watch the stream.
Thanks, Topkin. Thanks, everybody. And see you next week on Click of Stones. Over and out.
Have a fantastic week.